Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Hello. I hope you are having a beautiful, wonderful day. And with that, let's get started. So, I apologize for my voice and if the audio quality sounds different. I am actually not sick, but I've not been feeling amazing, and I am needing to kind of rush this video a little bit more, and I apologize for that ahead of time. I am also having to use a different editing program for the audio currently, and I apologize if it's not what it usually is, but I hope you still enjoy the video. And this video I have had a lot of issues with, and mainly with the voiceover recordings, because I've recorded about 5 or 6 different voiceovers for this video, and I was just not feeling it, so I took a couple days break and I came back to it, and I think hopefully this one turns out better, but we'll have to see. Anyway, with that, I want to get a little bit more into the piece, and I was really inspired by the clouds out my airplane window. Since you guys know I have been traveling, and we took a flight a few days ago, and I really was inspired by the clouds, and I wanted to make a piece based on that. So I ended up settling on this, not Chinese long dragon theme, but that kind of body shape for the design, and I think it turned out okay. I'm still not a huge fan of the back legs. They were a little rushed, but I did forget to flip the canvas, so you'll see the back legs do end up looking really strange, and I have to go back and fix them later. And yeah, you guys, I'm very tired at the moment, and it's about 12 at night, so if I am sounding like I'm not all here, I apologize for that, but hoping to get this video out by tomorrow. So we'll see if I can accomplish my goal, but I'm hoping. So anyway, for this design, again, I decided to add like the mane, I guess. Is it a mane? Is it a mohawk? I don't know what else you'd call that. I can't think of any other word for it, but I'll just call it a mane for now. And that's something I've seen in a few Chinese long dragon designs, but I really didn't look at that many references at the moment, because I did do the sketch and line art in and on the plane, so I really didn't have access to internet, and I wasn't able to get any references, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. For the color scheme, I went for a koi fish design, but I did forget to add the black, and I just realized this while recording. I realized I forgot to add the black of the koi fish. If you remember, in my first video I made a Wings of Fire OC, and it was based off of a koi fish, and I really like how her design turned out, and I just love the color palette. I also wasn't really sure what other color palette I would want to do that would not get overshadowed by the blue sky, but I do end up making it a sunset instead, and it was mainly just easier for me, and it looked more realistic that way. And I also did try a different type of lighting technique for this video, not this video, this piece, where I basically set a layer to multiply, and I colored over the whole canvas with a really dark color, and then I erased away the parts I wanted to be light, and this works so well. And I got this idea from Lavender Town. I will leave a link to her channel in the description. She does amazing stuff, and her style is amazing, so definitely make sure to go check her out. And again, that's Lavender Town. I will leave a link to her in my description. Anyway, you can see here I just added the spots in, and I'm pretty happy with the dragon. It was, just like a fairly normal dragon design. Not much that's really special about it. I do like the posing. I think it looks pretty cute. What do you guys think? And then I also ended up adding in that lighter, not salmony color, almost like really, really light salmony, peachy color to the mane, and I think it turned out okay. I don't know what other color I would have made it, but I hope that you guys find it nice. You can see here, I just went in with a normal blue eye, nothing really special going on there. Adding in some darker tones to the body. You can see here I forgot to flip it, and the back legs are very strange when you do flip the canvas. And this took me a little bit to get right, but I still don't think it looks 100% correct, but I hope it's passable enough. And at this point, I've been working on this piece for a few hours, and I was very much done for the day, so I wanted to just try to get those legs fixed up pretty quickly, and I think it shows. I think you can tell I didn't put too much effort into the legs, but I still hope that it comes off looking okay. You can see here I was originally just going in with my normal shading technique where I just draw the shadows in and then add a few highlights, but I did end up practicing bounce light and different, I guess, shading techniques. And again, I also did a background, so I definitely went out of my comfort zone with this piece, but I'm generally pretty happy with the end result. I don't think it looks 100% right, especially with the clouds. I don't think I got them to look exactly correct. I think it does look, the clouds are fairly realistic, and compared to compared to my more cartoony style and the more cartoony style of the piece in general, I don't know how well they go together, but I still think the clouds did turn out okay, and I don't know if I'll do clouds again. I don't like doing backgrounds, but I actually did end up doing an underwater piece after this one with a giant orca dragon and a little mermaid, like merman, merperson, I guess. And I definitely leaned more into the monster aspect of a mermaid rather than the beautiful girls with fishtails that a lot of people consider when they think of mermaids. But enough about that piece. Let's get more into this one again. You can see here I was layering and layering, and I went and I did like, I think 5 or 6 different layers of just the clouds to try to get them right, and I still don't think they look 100%, but I've only drawn clouds 3 or 4 other times, and one of those times was the tortoiseshell cat I did that was just resting on a branch, and I ended up doing clouds for that piece, but I did end up blurring them, I think enough that it wasn't too noticeable that I didn't know what I was doing. For this piece, I really couldn't avoid it because the clouds were basically like one of the main focal points of the piece, and I had to get them to look at least a little bit passable. I had to make it look at least a little passable, and not just like I splotched in a bunch of color. And while that does work for some people, and I think a lot of people that have that style of just more blotchy, blocky colors, I think it's so cool. And I don't know how you make it look so amazing, but mine was not it. You guys can see I was really struggling here, and I completely scrapped my first attempt at clouds, but then I ended up actually using a bit of the clouds I drew on the first attempt for the very background clouds, but I did end up really going back and forth. I was all over the place. I think the clouds alone took about 6 hours to do, and this is crazy for me. My normal pieces take about 6 hours to do the entire thing, so just working solely on clouds for hours really tired me out. And again, the 6 hours was counting for breaks, and I did stop in between different parts and portions, and I took a couple day breaks, and I think overall the whole process took about 6 hours, but I was working maybe half an hour-ish on the clouds, and I still don't think they look 100%, but again, at this point I was so done with the piece. I was just like, doesn't look too bad. You can see here I was trying to do the sun rays, and it was just not looking right at all, but I didn't want it to look so bland where it was just swimming through clouds, so I wanted to add some dynamic lighting, but it was really not coming together. So that's when I had the idea to try the multiply layer technique that Lavender Town showed. And I have seen this technique done by other artists, but I do not remember their pages. If I do, I will try to find a link and their stuff in the description. You can see here I was starting off with the light darkerish blue color, and then I just started to erase on that layer. And again, you can tell I've never done this before. I put bounce light where there probably wasn't any, but I was just, again, so fed up with the piece at this point that I just wanted it to be done. And it was an extra still 2-3 hours of work, but I am definitely much happier with this end result than if I had just stuck to the plain daytime background without doing any sun rays or lighting. And I think dynamic lighting is so important in a lot of pieces, and I don't do it for a lot of my pieces on YouTube. I do more shading and lighting stuff occasionally, but I generally don't screen record it because it's so much footage. I'd have to edit like weeks and weeks of footage, and it's not something I want to do. But I do want an Instagram soon, so I'm able to post those pieces that I did not make into videos, and I think that would be just something really cool. Again, I have Instagram already, and I have my own account, but it is separate to this channel, and I don't think I want to start using it for this purpose. And it's definitely more of my traditional art on there, and I want more of a digital art focused channel, or not channel, Instagram. So I'm probably going to work on that. You can see here I was adding the lighting, messing around with the cloud layers, and again, I don't think they're the best, especially the background clouds and the lighting I add on top of the clouds. I don't think it looks 100% realistic, but again, I was just so done with this piece. I just wanted it to be over, so I really didn't care much at this point. And I think it shows a little bit, and this is where, even though you blur, it doesn't always, I was like, if I just magically blur it and change all the layers, everything's just gonna look amazing. And again, the clouds, I feel like these front ones, it's giving like sushi, like especially that little one. Like, you could imagine if I just changed the color to like a darker orange. Doesn't that remind you of like one of those pieces of sushi? Maybe I'm just delusional because I ate sushi earlier and I'm exhausted, but I'm just seeing food everywhere now. But anyway, you can see here I was adding the final touches of light, just doing some blending, and I'm overall pretty happy with this piece, but what do you guys think? I'd love to know in the comments. And again, if you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!